Breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu's long road to justice. Nnamdi Kanu's long road to justice. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. It is really not long road to justice, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's walk to freedom has been littered with all manner of legal pyrotechnics, political crossfire, as well as unprecedented high degree of power calculations and fireworks. The entire murky game commenced the moment Kanu was first arrested on October 17, 2015 in Lagos by operatives of DSS. But the tortuous nature of his trial actually began after illegal rendition from Kenya by security agencies, which has further complicated the matter, culminating in his discharge by the appeal court a couple of weeks ago to the anger of the federal government expressed through the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. This opened a new legal phase in the trial, one that may not end in the life of this government. After his initial arrest, he was subsequently arraigned before the court on November 23, 2015. His lawyers, in conjunction with various Igbo groups, condemned Kanu's continued detention, and so he was granted bail on October 19 but was never released. This caused national outcry against the federal government of Nigeria's democracy groups, civil society bodies and human rights activists joined forces in calling for his release. Therefore, Kanu was rearraigned on November 8, 2016, before Justice Bintalun Yakor of the Federal High Court in Abuja. Initially, 6-count charges were brought against Kanu, but was amended to 11-count charge that bordered on terrorism, treasonable felony, managing an unlawful society, and publication of defamatory matters. The trial of Kanu and 3 others at the Federal High Court, Abuja, began on January 10, 2017. Eventually, 6 of the charges were dismissed. Reprieve came the way of Kanu as he was granted bail on April 28, 2017, on health grounds, and was released after perfecting his bail conditions. In all, the IPOB leader spent 18 months in Kuje prisons, and 5 months after, the federal government of Nigeria officially but controversially proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization. While consultation was still going on, the best possible way to resolve the Kanu and the federal government fiasco, the Nigerian army on Sunday, September 10, 2017, allegedly invaded the then director of Radio Biafra's room. It was alleged that 5 people were feared dead and several others injured. The invasion took place barely 24 hours after the army had announced the start of its second phase of Operation Python Dance 2 in the southeastern region. On that account, Kanu escaped from Nigeria and did not appear in court again, thus breaking the condition of his bail. Within months, he was seen in Israel and finally London. Expectedly, Justice Unyako on March 28, 2019, revoked the bail earlier granted Kanu and asked that he be arrested and brought back to face trial. In view of that, a court hearing was fixed for November 26, 2020, but Kanu and his lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, failed to show up. Thus, the case was adjourned to January 27, 2021. Yet, Kanu did not make it to the court. Events moved fast and on June 29, 2021. News filtered through that Kanu had been rearrested and detained in June 27. The news was broken by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. Kanu's travails have been a most delicate one since 2015, when he was first arrested. Since then, he has been in and out of detention. First, the court directed he would be granted bail, but the federal government of Nigeria never affected it. He spent about 18 months before the prison's doors were opened for him. Shortly after, the army invaded his country home in Umuahia and he fled for dear life. About 4 years later, he was rearrested in Kenya, of which he has been facing trial since then. Umona Ken, a public affairs analyst based in Owerri, stated. Now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section